Trump discusses the Super Bowl, Doge, and tariffs. Wait, does this guy do an interview like literally every day with Fox? Like, what is going on? It's like every. How does he have time?
Welcome to Mar-a-Lago, the Winter White House in Palm Beach, Florida. We're pleased to be joined by the 45th
another fun one to do daily if we want
Yo,
another one to do.
what the hell just dude? It's what happened? Sean Hannity, like reverso. Went back in time. This is like a past Sean Hannity. No, I know it's not.
Florida. We're pleased to be joined by the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Mr. President, thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Happy Super Bowl.
Thank you.
You know, you are going to be the first sitting president to attend a Super Bowl. It's a big day for America, always is. What made you want to do it?
Well, first of all, I'm very surprised to hear that. I would have assumed many presidents came, but
it's like Sean Hannity after he like drank the blood of like several children, right, guys?
I think just
he got those like child blood transfusions. He like drank the potion made out of aborted fetuses.
Spirit of the country's taken on a whole new life. I thought it would be a good thing for the country to have the president be at the game.
It's an iconic day.
It's an iconic day. It's going to be a great game, two great teams, and let's see what happens.
You know, it seems the first days of this administration are like a no-huddle offense. You know, plays going down the field, one after another. There's a long list of things you've already got done.
Can you make it like I don't understand sports, man. Can you make this weeb for me, please? Can you make it more weeb?
Right. In 3 weeks, big border policy changes, ICE crackdowns on criminals, taking biological men out of women and girls sports, big energy policy changes. So what's different with you and your administration? The difference between the 45th president and the 47th president?
Well, with the 45th, I had tremendous opposition, but I didn't know people, and I didn't have the kind of support that I needed. I put people in office.
He wasn't a politician, so he wasn't expecting like how ratty it was going to be. He got into it thinking like, oh yeah, everyone on my side is going to help me and it's going to be all good. He did not expect like the level of rat that he had. He knows now.
Some really great ones, but I had some that I wouldn't have put. I would have, known better if it were a couple of years later, or if I had a little more experience in D.C. I was a New York person, not a D.C. person. And I had a lot of opposition. I just noticed, I looked on the stage for the recent inauguration, and I'm looking, it's like a who's who of Washington. Well, if you look on the stage for the first one, it was just the opposite.
So some of your plays have raised some questions and had some pushbacks. 19 states' attorneys general filed a lawsuit, and early Saturday, a judge agreed with them to restrict Elon Musk and his government efficiency team, Doge, from accessing Treasury Department payment and data systems. They said there was a risk of irreparable harm. What do you make of that? And does that slow you down on what you want to do?
I disagree.
So wait, what is their claim? What is their claim? That like Elon shouldn't have access to this stuff because it's sensitive information? It's like people's data or whatever. But like people, I mean, let's be real. People already have your data. What is Elon going to do with it? Like, let's even assume that like Elon was going to like try to, let's assume that like Elon did get a hold of everyone's like social security numbers and all that shit. Like, what is he going to do with it? He's fucking super rich. Like, what's he going to do? Freaking scam you? Like, what's the motive? You know what I mean? What's the motive here? What's the motive here that the dark web doesn't already have?
100%. I think it's crazy. And we have to solve the efficiency problem. We have to solve the fraud, waste, abuse, all the things that have gone in the government. You take a look at the USAID, the kind of fraud in there,
and you found significant things.
Well, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of money that's going to places where it shouldn't be going, where if I read a list...
One argument I've seen a lot from this is like, the USAID thing wasn't even that much. So it's not even going to fix anything. Like, who cares? It wasn't that much money. Well, it's still money. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? We should waste it because it's not that much. Like, okay.
You'd say this is ridiculous, and you've read the same lists, and there are many...
I did hear like some arguments that kind of do make sense, is that there is a whole argument of like, well, we need to influence other nations. That's like the one argument that I heard. And it's like, I can see that argument, but I don't know if I agree with that.
that you haven't even seen. It's crazy. It's a big scam. Now, there's some good money.
Just in terms of like freaking using corruption to like influence other nations. So I don't like, soft power. Yeah.
Do that through any one of a number. I think I'd rather give it to Marco
But
Rubio.
like, even then, if you're going to say that we're using soft power to influence other nations, what do you need the transgender musical thing for? Like, for what reason? Like, are we trying to psyop them into like becoming like us? Like, are we trying to psyop them into division and stuff like that? Is that the point? Like,
over at the State Department, let him
it doesn't
take
make
care
sense.
of the few good ones. So I don't know if it's kickbacks or what's going on, but the people, look, I ran on this, and the people want me to find it. And I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him.
This reminds me, I remember seeing it online somewhere before where there was a skit. Like, I think my brother sent it to me. There was a skit of like the gay agenda, and it was like a joke. It was, the funny thing is it was a joke. He sent me this like over a decade ago, maybe a decade and a half ago, a video of like these people that were like, this is the gay agenda. And then they were like, and they were like evil villains, like at a round table. And they were like, this is what we're going to do. And then we're going to come for the kids. And it was like supposed to be like a big joke. But like,
him do that, then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check
brother
the
on
military.
stream when my brother doesn't like me. The funny thing is my brother is very leftist. So, yeah.
Billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse. But I campaigned on this, Brett.
You announced tariffs on Canada and Mexico. You immediately got action from both of them on board.
You DM'd me a relevant message. Ruh-roh! Wait, when was this from? Is this real? Dude, I can't. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Border security and drug interdiction.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is 100%. That if gay marriage is legalized, then gay people will get married 100%. So this one is like 100% for sure. So I would have picked this too if it were me, because this is going to happen just by default by this. To be fair.
Is that good enough?
No, it's not good enough.
So more needed in 30 days.
Something has to happen. It's not sustainable. And I'm changing it.
You know, the Prime Minister said this weekend to a group of Canadian businessmen, he was at a private meeting, he said that your wish for Canada to be the 51st state is a, quote, real thing. Is it a real thing?
No,
yeah, it is. I think Canada would be much better off being a 51st.
Don't do it, please. Donald, please. Like, I know it sounds good, but like, I'm gonna be real with you guys. There are a lot. You don't understand. Like, the liberals will perma-win. They will perma-win if you do this, Donald. I swear to you. It will be over. Like, just sheer population-wise, they're gonna win forever, dude. If you do this, dude, don't, please, Donald, don't be Reagan 2.0, please. I'm just begging you, please. Just be good. Just don't be Reagan 2.0, please. Fuck.
Because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada, and I'm not going to let that happen. It's too much. Why are we paying?
Reagan already fucked up California. Please, Donald, please.
$200 billion a year, essentially in subsidy to Canada. Now, if they're a 51st state, I don't mind doing it.
You said the tariff is a beautiful word. There are some signs in the markets, consumer confidence, that they're a little jittery.
Donald-kun, it is me, Shinzo Abe. Do not do it, Donaldo. Please.
So If all goes to plan, when do you think families will be able to feel
You thought
prices going down,
H1B was
groceries,
bad.
energy,
Look at the
or are
last
you kind of
6
saying to
years of
them,
Canadian
hang
immigration?
on, inflation may get worse until it gets better?
No, I think we're going to become a rich. Look, we're not that rich right now. We owe $36 trillion. That's because we let all these nations take advantage of us. Same thing, like 200 billion with Canada. We owe 300. We have a deficit with Mexico of $350 billion. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let that happen.
Sports has always been something that Americans rally around to come together. They really do. You won the popular vote. You won all the swing states. Have you thought about how to try to bring the country together, to reach out or to find common ground? Have you thought about that or how that might go?
I'd love to do it. But
Hold on, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Guys, listen. I lost focus for a second. I was too much in the mind of.
The 51st state is a, quote, real thing.
Okay.
Is it a
I'm
real
paying
thing?
attention now.
Yeah, it is. I think Canada would be much better off being a 51st state
No.
because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada, and I'm not going to let that happen. It's too much. Why are we paying $200 billion a year, essentially in subsidy to Canada? Now, if they're a 51st state, I don't mind doing it.
Wait, we are? Why? Why do we keep giving people our money? What the fuck?
The tariff is a beautiful word. There are some signs in the markets, consumer confidence, that they're a little jittery. So,
And then, you know what I hate? And I've said this before, and then they go right back to like, our healthcare is so much better. Everyone has healthcare here. Pay for our military. God,
if all goes to plan,
damn it!
when do you think families will be able to feel prices going down, groceries, energy, or are you kind of saying to them, hang on, inflation may get worse until it gets better?
No, I think we're going to become a rich. Look, we're not that rich right now. We owe $36 trillion. That's because we let all these nations.
The problem is we need to claim Canada for security reasons. But the problem is that is a security threat if you just make Canada a state and then they can vote for whoever. It's fucking over. Guys, allow me to put this into a frame of reference. Okay, guys? Hear me out. Justin Trudeau was in power for almost 10 years. Almost 10 years. You're telling me you want that voter base to vote on American stuff. And again, there are good Canadians. Obviously, there are Canadians that are gonna vote and give us the shit that we want. Obviously, there are ones that we want to take. We want to save you, but there's like too many. You guys have too many. You have too many psychos. You have way too many.
Take advantage of us. Same thing, like 200 billion with Canada. We owe 300. We have a deficit.
And I don't even mean liberals, by the way. I mean, you guys have too many leftists. You have too many crazies. Too many crazies.
With Mexico of $350 billion. I'm not going to do that.
Paper Box says good Canadians. There's Canadians that live in the woods and stuff, and they freaking chop trees and they hunt like moose or whatever. There's plenty of Canadians that live up in the freaking the frozen way. You know, they live in the freaking Northrend. You know, yeah. But let's be real. There's a lot of dude. There's a lot of people that will vote for people like Justin Trudeau for 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, dude.
I'm not going to let that happen.
Sports has always been something that Americans rally around to come together. Dude,
whatever happened, by the way, do you guys remember when Trump won and like everybody was like, I'm moving to Canada? What happened to that? Why didn't they all move to Canada? How about this, guys? I'll trade them. Like anybody that is like, anyone that's like, I want to leave America because of Trump. Anybody that does that, I'll trade them for like the dude in Canada that lives in the woods. How about that? Can we trade? I'll do like a 1-to-1 exchange. Yeah? Deal? All right. Good deal.
They do. You won the popular vote. You won all the swing states. Have you thought about how to try to bring the country together?
I don't think they would make the entirety of Canada one state. I think they would chop it up into regions just like USA.
That might be better, I think, if they did that. But then that would add a lot of states. That would add a lot of states, though. You know? That'd add a lot of states. Dude, the House of Representatives would be absolutely fucking busted, though. Can you guys imagine that? Like, even if they broke it up by state, the Senate might be okay, but the House of Representatives is absolutely fucked. If that happens, it's fucking GG.
Sports has always been something that Americans rally around to come together. They really do. You won the popular vote. You won all the swing states. Have you thought about how to try to bring the country together, to reach out or to find common ground? Have you thought about that or how that might go?
I'd love to do it, but...
Yo, what if we made Canada like Area 11? Jibunwa!
I would say this. We have to come together, but to come together, there's only one thing that's going to do it, and that's massive success. Success will bring the country together, but it's hard.
All hail America!
And I say it's hard. I just signed a bill allowing for...
Trump with that the fist in there. All hail America!
Women not to have to be punished by men in sports. In other words, men are not going to be allowed to play in sports against women. It's ridiculous.
You're a sports guy. You're a football fan. Size up these two teams.
Donald
I'm a big fan of both
America.
teams. They're sort of different. In Philadelphia, you have one of the greatest running backs, Saquon. You know, Saquon had an uncle who was a great fighter, and Iran Barkley, his name was. So you have a great running back. You really have a great quarterback.
I don't know what he's talking about. Can someone translate it to games for me?
Quick explanation. X is the defense, circle is the offense. This circle is the quarterback. He's the main carry. Defense wants to gank him. Some of the offense, normally the dudes on the outside, go down the field to try to catch the ball thrown for the quarterback. Rest stay to block for the quarterback so his ass doesn't get sacked, gank, whatever other term you want to use. Objective is to move the ball down the field 10 yards at a time, which is 9.1 meters for people outside the best country on earth. God bless America and nowhere else. They do that until they reach the end of the field, and then they try to score some points. Either be the quarterback getting the ball into the end field somehow, or a secondary carry known as the kicker comes in to do it. Hail to the Redskins. I ain't no damn Commanders fan. Have a good rest of your day.
The other team, the quarterback really knows how to win. He's a great, great quarterback.
So game prediction?
Okay, so the jungler's really good on that team.
I hate to do it. I just say that I've watched this great quarterback who has, by the way, a phenomenal wife, okay?
Okay, good jungler, has a good girlfriend, okay?
He's a Trump fan. She's a MAGA fan, so I happen to love her, okay?
He's canceled on Twitter. Says a lot of gamer words, chat banned a couple times by Riot Games.
But she's a great person. I watched her being interviewed. I said, boy, that's pretty good. But she's great, and he's great. I guess you have to say that when a quarterback wins as much as he's won...
The jungler ganks a lot, okay.
I have to go with Kansas City. At the same time, Philadelphia has a fantastic... It's going to be just a great game.
Finally, listen, you are the most recognized person in the world, likely the most...
The Super Bowl is like worlds.
Imitated person in the world. Every comedian has Donald Trump imitation. Everyone. But
China. It was all China's fault that they're sending us their viruses over there. It's grown in the lab. I know this for sure. I was told this by many people, many smart people.
now you have UFC fighters winning fights, NFL players doing the Trump dance.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that was going to be a thing?
No, I didn't. I mean, we do these rallies. They've always been great, but they got really great. And it's just, I don't know what it is. I try and walk off sometimes without dancing, and I can't. I have to dance because it's just got something special about it.
Mr. President, thanks for the time.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
the game.
Yo, was that Elizabeth Warren?
I try something special about it.
Oh shit, it was Elizabeth Warren. What? Was she at a Trump rally? What the hell? That's crazy. I didn't know she like turned into a Trump fan. That's wild.
Mr. President, thanks for the time.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the game.
That was a pretty good interview. I liked it. I didn't really know much about the Super Bowl part. I'm gonna be real with you guys, but